Welcome to 3 Minute Thoughts. I've been having a conversation on Facebook recently about bathrooms with my brother. There's a other story. But he's got a whole stand up bit about bathrooms. I'm not going to step on any of his stories. Those are his stories. But it made me think I've actually got a few stories. And one of them I already told was the outhouse glove story. That's going to be somewhere in the link, maybe, if I get around to it. But as a kid, I was of the belief that toilets were magical. And I'm talking like maybe 5 or 6, really young kid. And back then, I was, as a kid, also going through a witchy phase, which has been the story of my life. But I considered a toilet was a cauldron because you put things in, you pull a lever, and they disappear. And I know they get flushed into it, but then where do they go? I didn't realize there was a whole pipe system attached to it. I thought it was like a unit that just, it was magical. And so I was going through a potion making phase where I would just grab random liquids and random items and throw them in the cauldron and make them disappear. Magic. I also remember once I tried to take a toilet paper roll, because you see this in cartoons. Well, I don't think I've ever seen this in a cartoon, but you take the toilet paper roll and you know how you pull it and it moves? Wow. Physics. Put it into the actual toilet, flush, and see if the toilet can suck the whole thing down. It can't, and I got in trouble for that, but I did try it. As for the potion making phase, I feel it's a hereditary thing, because it turns out my niece, spoilers, when she was a kid, about 5 or 6, also tried making potions, but she didn't use the toilet. She'd actually then put them in a cup and put them in the fridge and tried to get my sister to drink one of these ones, which almost killed my sister. I don't know if you remember that, Cody, but Sam does. Ask her about it. Anyway, I did grow out of the phase. I am not as bathroom focused. So I guess it is a kid's phase. It's like, you're like, oh, it's a magical place. And then it isn't anymore. It's probably a magical place because people close the door and then you can't see what they're doing in there. I heard a stat somewhere, and I'm not sure if this is true, but half the people in the world sit on the toilet and half the people in the world squat above it. And no one really knows the other half exists. That's an interesting stat. I sit. So if you are not someone who sits, then that's you. Which I do know, if you go to other countries, you'll have toilets are not actually seats, they're holes in the ground, so that's where you get people who squat. It's just something to ponder about, is people don't know what people do in the bathroom. That's my thought for today. Have a good one. Thanks.